Before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Mike Whitfield. In 2008, I came here as a homeless veteran, strung out on drugs, and in trouble with the law. And through coming to the Rogue Valley Veterans and Community Outreach, they gave me a clean and sober, safe environment to deal with the issues that I was facing. And through a lot of hard work and diligence, I've now been able to stay clean for over almost 6 years. I have been free from the law, and I am now happily married, and I now have an opportunity to serve our homeless population by giving back as a case manager and the outreach coordinator. The last thing my brother told me in 2008 was to go away. I don't want you around me or my family. In despair and knowing my life needed to change, I left. And I had burnt my last bridge, I had thought, and the Rogue Valley Veterans and Community Outreach Center gave me a chance.
So what kind of programs do they have there at Rogue Valley Veterans Community Outreach?
We have a program. Our main program is a grant per diem transitional housing program for homeless veterans. We have 40 beds that house homeless veterans for up to 2 years. There is no cost if they have no income. And if they do have an income, it never costs them a penny over $100 a month for a house fee. They provide their own food. They're very nice houses. It's communal living. And we do, as case manager, we do a collaborative, individualized recovery plan with a VA liaison and the veteran.
Okay.
And we work on trying to overcome barriers. We try to address mental health and physical health issues, securing an income, helping them resolve legal issues, assist them in family reconciliation, and addressing drug and alcohol issues.
Okay, what are some of the ways somebody can get into that program?
There's one could come to our office. If he's a homeless veteran, he can come to our office and fill out an intake packet and do an intake with our intake specialist and see if they're eligible. We can house every veteran except for a dishonorably discharged veteran. Okay. That's the only, if anything other than a dishonorably discharged veteran, we can house.
Okay, and what times are those hours that they can come there and where?
Anywhere from 8 to 3, Monday through Friday.
Okay. Are there other programs you provide?
We do. We have a new program through Access. It's called the SSVF grant. It's supportive services for veterans and their families, and they help with helping them obtain permanent housing, paying for rental assistance, also for assistance with their services, as in heating services or heating bills, and we also we're a grassroots nonprofit organization we've been in business since 1979. We were formerly known as the Interfaith Care Community, formerly known as ICC. We help low-income and homeless individuals and their families, and we focus on bringing them their needs with resources from the community.
Okay, I hear that they can come there, like you have a food bank there and other things. Is that correct?
It's not actually a food bank. We do have emergency food, but it's not actually food boxes. Okay. We've just got resources from Access, but we do not provide food boxes. Okay. With our emergency services building, which is located at 10 West Jackson, we do have clothing, we have laundry services, and we do have emergency food, but not food boxes.
Okay, so what qualifies somebody to come in for some of the services that you have?
Anybody can come in. It's all free.
Okay, so anybody, it's available to
It's not
the
just
whole
veterans.
community.
Our emergency services is for non-veterans too.
Okay.
And the one thing that the Rogue Valley and Veteran Community Outreach does is we try to empower veterans, their families, and the general homeless population of Southern Oregon to obtain self-sufficiency with enduring commitment to treating all people with dignity and respect. And last year we served over 8,000 veterans, and we served over 5,000 non-veterans. Most of them, the non-veterans, were families.
Okay, so are there any services you provide outside of the grant per diem and the food program?
That's our grant per diem program is our main program.
But there are other things.
Well,
that you do?
one thing that we do help is like people that do not have a means or an address. People they can get their mail at our
Okay.
office. We have a computer. We also have a phone that people can use. In our building, it's for veterans only. But we do have our 10 West Jackson non-veterans building.
Okay. And in the community, how do you get funded? Where do your funds come from? How do you
Grants and
operate?
donations.
And so the community's able to donate to you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And what kind of donations do you look for? Clothes, money?
Money's great. We will take clothes. We take household items. We try to with our veterans who graduate from our program. We try to help them when they get permanent housing, supply their houses with furniture and bedding, beds. We do have a few storage units that we can put things in for our veterans.
Okay. And how many people do you serve, like say on an average yearly? Last year, how did you?
Last year we served over 8,000 veterans.
8,000. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. And housing, percentage of housing, how does that work?
You know, we strive for a success rate of 70%. And since 2008, we have housed over 400 homeless veterans.
Wow. Okay. And how long has this organization been around?
They were founded in 1979. They were founded in Ashland by community churches, and it was known as SERVS. And then they had changed their name to Interfaith Care Community, and we just recently changed the name to target what we do mostly is for serving the veterans in the valley. And so it is now Rogue Valley Veterans and Community Outreach.
Okay. So do you serve outside of this area?
We have. We do serve Josephine County too, but so a lot of our veterans who are in our programs are from all over the United States, and a lot of them come through the VA source in White City. We are an extension of the VA source.
Okay. So if the community wants to provide some help, how do they contact you?
They can contact us at we're located at 601 North Grape, Medford, Oregon, and our address, our phone number is 541-779-8564.
Okay. And how did you get to the valley, Michael? How did you get into the valley?
I came here. How did I get here?
Yeah. Are you a native of this valley?
No, I came here from Salem in 2008. I came here because I knew there was a lot of recovery, and I also came here because of the VA source.
Okay. I saw that you had a few different things that you did: community resources, reentry programs, and things like that. Why don't you explain those?
We just started a reentry program with the prisons. We'll try to help veterans who are coming out of prison reintegrate back into society. We also do a lot of outreach activities. We do the Pear Blossom Festival. We'll do Project Community Connect, and that's where all the community partners in the valley come together to help the homeless populations, not just the veterans, but all low-income and homeless populations. We'll do the VA stand-down here in the valley. We also do it in Klamath Falls, trying to help outreach to all veterans. We also, I was involved in doing the homeless sweep with Medford Police Department, going down on the Greenway and trying to bring the services to the homeless population.
Okay, so you actually go out into the community and help people.
Yeah,
they
under
don't
the
have
bridges,
to come
under
in.
the bridges, and down in the Greenway to help the homeless population that are in the camps, help them come out and get off the streets.
Okay. Are there any other housing resources besides grant per diem that you provide?
We do have one Oxford-style house that has 14 beds in it, and it is permanent housing. It's low income. I think the rent is around $350 a month for for that house, and it's located right near our office on Pennsylvania.
Okay, I heard you talk about access as one of your community resources. Or are you in any other areas? Are you working with other community
We have a lot of community
organizations?
partners. We work with, not only do we work with the VA Source, we work with Easter Seals, United Way. Let's see, we have a whole list of, I should have wrote those down, of community partners. We, let's see here, we work with Community Justice. We work with Voc Rehab, both state and VA. We work with Access. We have the Supported Services for Veterans Families grant. We have we have one case manager in our office and then an outreach coordinator for that SSVF grant. So any veterans that are in need of any assistance that already have their housing and they're in need of any supportive services, definitely contact us there.
Okay, say you have people who don't have cell phones or a way to access phones. They need to contact their loved ones. Do you?
They can come in and use our phones, and also with our emergency services, our gentleman that helps with that, he is helping. They have a phone service. I think it's called an Obama phone or something that they can help, and they can come there and they can get one of those or apply for it.
You can apply for a government phone.
A government phone,
if you don't
yeah.
own a cell phone of your own.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there vouchers that you provide?
We do provide Goodwill vouchers for clothing. And we also work with St. Vincent de Paul. They help with getting ID cards and birth certificates. And they also have a assistance program for utilities.
Great. And there's a hygiene program that you guys run? Hygiene items?
Yes, there is. At our 10 West Jackson store, we have food, we have clothing, we have hygiene products, we have laundry services for the general homeless population with no cost. We provide all the machines and the soap.
Okay, and how large is your staff? Do you have a real large staff, or is this?
We have a staff. I think right now we're staffed at about 12 people.
12,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of people. You serve a lot of people for 12, so it must be a big job you're doing.
You know, I'll tell you what, we do this from our hearts. This
Great.
is definitely a passion of mine, because this organization helped save my life. I would never be where I am today without this organization. And it's amazing how I get to now be part of giving back.
It's always good to be some service, huh?
Yeah.
I heard that you had a program for work program for over 55. Can you tell me anything about that?
We used to have that program. It is no longer with us. Yeah.
Okay.
One thing that we do have is we have a bicycle program that helps. We get donated bicycles from Medford Police Department, and a lot of our veterans that are homeless have no transportation or driver's license, and so we get a lot of bicycles from the Medford Police Department that we get to give to our veterans and help them. We do have bus tokens, and we also work with Access and United Way for bus passes.
Okay, and are these for anybody or for people looking for work, or how does that work?
Well, the bicycle program, we usually try to give those to the veterans that are in our program, in our grant per diem program first. And then if we have any extras, but usually we don't have too many extras. So we can, if anyone has bicycles that, for adults, we could definitely use bicycles for adults for our veterans.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And why don't you go over your mission statement for us one more time?
Our mission statement is to empower veterans, their families, and the general homeless population of Southern Oregon to obtain self-sufficiency with an enduring commitment to treating all people with dignity and respect.
That's a beautiful statement, and it's working out here in the Valley.
You know, most veterans and the homeless population have many needs, and we don't have the resources for them, like birth certificates, ID cards, driver's license, bus passes and tokens. A lot of times I'll take my my tithing to my church, and I'll buy tokens and bus passes, and emergency dental service, work clothes, and bicycles.
Okay. Okay, so 2008, you got here. So you've met a lot of veterans, and a lot of veterans you know have been through this program or have and moved on to something better. And it's all helped through the Rogue Valley Veterans and Community Outreach.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm a little interested in the prison reentry program. Is it a small program in this area?
You know, actually, one of our case managers goes into the prisons, and it's up to 6 months out that he'll go into the prisons and start doing a reentry with those and figuring out a plan for them.
Okay, and those are like local area.
He goes all over Oregon.
Okay.
Oregon prisons.
All over Oregon.
And we do house sex offenders. One of our only programs here that we can house sex offenders.
Okay. And so it's a open door policy. Anybody's able to come into the program. And what are your limits? Like you were telling me that it gets full sometime, correct?
We do. We only have 40 beds,
Okay.
grant per diem beds. And so we most of the time we do have a waiting list.
Okay. And about how long is that waiting list if somebody wanted to get on the program?
You know, it's anywhere from, we've had as little as 2 weeks up to 3 months. It was a waiting list. It just depends on, right now it's cold out.
Right.
And the waiting list is a little long.
Okay. And do you refer people out to other places when there's no place for them there? Is there anybody that they can, like the mission or?
Yes, the mission's right next door.
Okay.
And a lot of times that's where I stayed. I stayed at the mission until I got an opportunity to get a bed.
Okay. Okay, so there is hope.
There is hope.
Yeah, there is
Absolutely.
hope. When you changed from interfaith care community, what prompted you to do that?
Well, most people didn't have a clue who we were. They thought we were a church and not a veterans organization. So we wanted to target and tell the story of what we do.
Okay, there's a lot of veterans that need services that are out there that you really don't see in the source. How, are you reaching out to those veterans?
Yes, we try to help them navigate and direct them to the services that they need by working hand in hand with the source.
Okay, great. Great. I know the Source is a good organization. A lot of veterans go through there. I'm trying to think of other programs that you refer people to besides the grant per diem program. I know that you said there's a lot of community resources out there, and there's a lot of community outreach that you do. In your outreach, as you go out to like under the shelters and bridges, and how do you get in contact with families and things like that?
For the veterans?
Yes.
Well, first we try to do is we try to bring them in and see what exactly they need and what they want, if they're willing to even accept our help. And that's the toughest thing. One of them is to just get them to accept the fact that they're worth. A lot of the veterans I found don't think they're worth saving, which, I mean, it's so sad, but we're all worth a better life.
Yes, we are. In the grant per diem program, let's go over that in a little bit more detail. Since it's your main function out there, you were saying something about that you have case managers who do programs. Can you tell me how that works?
Well, as a case manager, I try to help and be more of a guidance counselor, helping them get the community resources that they need to be a productive member of society. And we work on helping them break down those barriers by addressing the mental health and the physical health issues that they're addressing and trying to help them secure an income, whether if it's filing for their service-connected, non-service-connected disabilities, SSI, or helping them find a job through voc rehab, state or VA voc rehab. And one thing that we do is, as a case manager, I do a weekly check-in and do progress notes to help them progress with our recovery plan. That's what's nice about our program is it's tailor-made for each veteran. It's according to what they need and what they want.
Okay, and what are the houses like?
The houses are really nice. It's communal living, but it's not like a barrack style. We like the house that I am case manager of. It has 6 2-man rooms and 1 1-man room. They're very nice. They have big screen TVs. They have internet. They have everybody's got refrigerator space and cabinet space for their dry goods. So
Okay.
they're very nice, up-to-date houses.
Okay, and how are they managed?
We do have a senior participant in the house. It's kind of my liaison between me and the house. And so, but everybody has, we have an open door policy. So if anybody has a problem at any time, we also have, we have a staff on call 24/7. So if there's any emergencies, that they can contact us immediately.
And in the houses, how do they actually put in the application to go to these particular houses?
They'll have to come to the office and fill out an intake packet.
Pull out an intake packet and
Yeah,
say that
and do an
they-
intake with our intake specialist.
say they want housing. Does grant per diem cover anything outside of that housing program?
No.
Okay. Okay. I see Veterans in Recovery. What does that mean in what you're doing? I see it here on your...
Well, Veterans in Recovery is that is no longer in our office.
That's not part of you right now?
Not anymore, no.
Okay. Okay.
It used to be part of our organization.
Okay. As far as recovery meetings and things like that, is there some schedule for that? Or?
The guys that are in our program have to do 3 self-help activities per week.
Right.
Whatever that is according to what they want and what they need. And that doesn't mean, it doesn't have to be NA or AA. It could be going to the gym. It could be just going to the library. Anything, or going to school. Anything that's self-helping them move forward in their life.
Okay. And in your houses, does the fee that they pay cover everything, or is there electric, or how does that work?
That's paid
for the food.
The house fee. It's in the grant. I don't know exactly. I know it's in the grant that if they have an income over $500 per month, they have to pay a house fee of $100. But if they have if they have no income, or their income is less than $500 a month, they pay nothing.
Okay. This started over 30 years ago, so you've been around helping in the Valley for quite a while.
You know, I know that I think it was in 2004 we got our first grant for the grant per diem program. I don't know too much about before then.
Is there a testimonial video that?
There is some 2 testimonial videos I'd like to
tell me
share.
about them?
One is one of our graduates. His house caught on fire, and he came here with absolutely nothing. And he's now, I just talked to him a couple days ago, and he's getting ready to graduate from a culinary school up in Portland. And another one of my graduates is actually, he was a graduate of mine just recently, and he's now running our 10 West Jackson. We hired him, hired him to run our 10 West Jackson Emergency Services building.
Great. Another one?
We had one, I had one veteran come, he just recently graduated. He came here with absolutely nothing. And he graduated with a substantial, he got his service connected and graduated with a substantial bank account and left here in a Mercedes-Benz.
So you're making real changes in people's lives.
Yeah, this is an amazing organization.
The name is Jamie Daniels, U.S. Army, Panama and Desert Storm. I came to the Veterans Outreach Program because my house burned to the ground and I lost everything. I literally had a pair of pajama bottoms and a t-shirt is all I had. They gave me a safe, clean place to live, helped me get back on my feet, helped me get clothes, shoes, everything, because I lost everything. My plans for the future are to attend the Northwest Culinary Institute in Portland. I just can't express how thankful I am for the Veterans Outreach Program. And not only do they help all the vets get to wherever they're going on their individual needs, they truly care. It's personal with them, and their hearts are in the job. And I just can't express my gratitude to the Veterans Outreach Program and every person on the staff.
A little bit about that.
Well, Jamie Daniels, he was a recent graduate, and he came here because his house caught on fire, and he graduated and he went up to Portland to go to the culinary school up there. And I just talked to him. He's getting ready to graduate from the culinary school with honors.
Outstanding. These testimonials, they are really moving. They help guys to move forward in what they're doing. It's really great things this organization is doing. I really like you to put out the information again on how people can get in touch with you and what kind of things you need from them.
You know, we're located at 601 North Grape. We're right next to the Medford Gospel Mission, and our phone number is 541-779-8564. If anybody would like to donate, we'd like to have clothing, bicycles, household items, furniture. We try to help our graduates that get into permanent housing. We try to help them furnish their places and alleviate some of the costs when it comes to moving in. As we know, moving into your own place, it costs quite a bit to furnish one. So we always need, in our grant per diem program, we're looking for beds, twin mattresses, bedding, pillows.
Anything to help individual or family out with moving into a new residence.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Money's great.
This is a wonderful organization. Please do everything you can to help out. They are doing wonders in the community. Michael, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
My name is Larry Fernandez. I was in the United States Army from 1970 to 1975, Vietnam veteran era. I've been in the Veterans Outreach Program for almost 2 years. What brought me into the program was I had just spent a decade in prison, and when I got out of prison, I was at the Men's Mission, and they told me about the Veterans Outreach Program right around the corner. It's benefited me greatly. I've learned to have more respect for myself, more respect for other people. It's helped me to grow to where I've been able to actually do some savings of money. I've had a great time with case managers. My recent case manager, Mike Whitfield, has been really an inspiration for me. He's let me know that if you're telling the truth will prevail, which has made things really well for me, and I've learned to believe that. I think this program is an outstanding program for any veteran that comes through there, a veteran that's willing to give it time and work in the program and grow in the program. I believe it's fantastic. I look at the program as if I weren't in that program, that I was one step away from being what you call homeless, living out in the street with nothing. This program actually gave me a place to live, a place to grow, and a reason to move forward. My plans for the future are to start giving back to the community, working with homeless people or people in need, volunteering at different churches, unloading trucks, and just moving forward, getting my own place, and trying to live what I consider a normal life.